everybody, one of Wiisdom here. It is Tuesday, June 27th, 2017, exactly 2:30 as the clock ticks over in the morning. Very quick update here. Life has been crazy. Storms, really bad storms went through, hit work Saturday night. I've kind of been in a zombie state ever since. I was in Walmart. I didn't even know this Walmart was a 24-hour Walmart. I thought it closed at 11. So I think we've cleared out all of their tarps and been dealing with that. It finally didn't rain tonight, so that's been a bit of a relief, kind of dealing with roofers now. But that's why there hasn't been videos. I've been dealing with real-world problems at a real-world job. But for whatever reason, I got home tonight and fell asleep or showered and then fell asleep. I've been filthy, just absolutely filthy. It hasn't been super hot like there at the last couple of weeks. It's been being 106, 107. Then it's warmer than that in the shop where I work. Then it cooled off, but the catch is it came like severe weather. It's the hailstorms the other night wiped out most people's corn crops in the area. It's been pretty bad, and then of course the wind and the hail and everything. But two things here. Number one, I went through this level. I was gonna go with Dr. K. He's kind of like one of my go-tos here, and I realized he was level 20, and I was like, well, that's stupid. There's people that's not level 20. If you have never played Hard-Boiled Flare Wolf here in Mushroom River, this is where the Ninja Sensei Shrine is Mushroom River. It was also one of like their favorite prototype levels where they'd kind of showcase all the B-roll footage, typically had scenes from Mushroom River. I don't know what it is, but just the color scheme of Hard-Boiled Flare Wolf, that's the Easter Alt Deco version of Flare Wolf. It looks really good here, at least through this portion. The shrine isn't too far into the level, but I realize most of you probably breezed through this long before you got Master Flare Wolf. Unless you just, around Easter or after the school year, got Imaginators for the first time. I would assume the vast majority of you have not played Master Flare Wolf. Hard-Boiled Flare Wolf, probably not Flare Wolf either, let's be honest, in Mushroom River, one of the earliest chapters. So for whatever reason, the aesthetics just work really well here. Also of note, I've already done her Sensei Shrine here, and I intended to just jump in, go buy her base upgrades, call it a day, then come bring you back. Actually, I would bring you in for the first time, and we'd go through Spore Seed Specialist, I believe. I have to say, though, fidget spinners are very popular, as I'm sure you know. And check this out. Tell me if this does not look somewhat like two fidget spinners, right? I mean, Skylanders ahead of their time. Oh,
got it.
See what I mean? But yeah, as that was going on, my watch buzzed. And apparently, if you do the Sky Chi Shrine back to back to back, I guess she only does the Sky Chi power unlocked the first time, apparently. So that's might be news to some of you. But yeah, as that started, a little cutscene there, my watch buzzed and it told me I slept from 10:48 to 1:33 a.m., which was an hour ago. Fantastic. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I guess cut out here. Well, you know what? Maybe we could pull it off. So let's go back to the map. It's been a while, I'm not going to lie, with Boom Bloom, and a lot has happened in the real world since then. And I guess we could recap very quickly. Initially, my plan was to keep this video as short as possible and just take it from there. Interestingly enough, Mr. Robot has yet to come back. I guess we really finally complained a little too much about him. I don't know if he's like hidden somewhere else. I've cased this place twice, and he's gone. I mean, the version hasn't updated, but that robot is gone. So, anyway, I reset her, I got her cash, and now we've got her Sky Chi, which is the most annoying part. But let's take a look, I guess, at Whip Whap. This is her primary attack. In my notes, 32-48, once, twice, and then 42 to 63 twice. They seem to be doing the, attack damage 1 twice, attack damage 2 twice. So there you go. The coolest thing again about Boom Bloom is she is, I think apparently I misstated this one time, probably because I record all this late at night, but she's a ninja, but she doesn't solely rely upon shurikens. And again, Taekwon Crow, man, he could have been such a cool sword guy. I like him the way he is, but man, I almost wish like mystical Taekwon Crow would have been, really, if Taekwon Crow could have been a knight, or dual wielding swords or something, just had his katana basically, and then mystical could have come in and had the shurikens. Oh, that would have been awesome. But hey, a guy can dream, especially this late and when I'm this tired. So that's the primary attack. Secondary attack, I've got rolls through 6 to 9, 19 to 29, 2x. Bum bum bum. So there we go. Yeah. Take it for what it will. Now, it is worth noting, she can at least jump and use the whip. However, it's the same damage quotients. And since you can't jump and fire off 2 hits before you land, it's going to be 42 to 63. Which is cool because, if you didn't realize, 42 to 63 is the top tier damage. Case in point, you have to get 3 or 4 in order for that to happen. But when you jump, you're already granted with the higher damage total. So, nice little touch, in my opinion. I think that covers the box stock stuff.
My stats continue to blossom and grow.
Cool lady, this one. Let's come in here. So, up for, man, this is, I don't know. I guess I tell you what, let's just buy them and I'll read what they are, maybe. So, Spore Seeds, you can have 2 at once, 11-second runtime. Initial hit is 15 to 23. Residual damage 5 to 8, but get this, 24 times. We should probably showcase it. Let's be honest. So boom, direct hits, and then you think, oh, that's lame, but 24 times? Okay, think about this math, if you will. What is 24 times 5? That's going to be 120. Okay, and what I love about it, great range on the attack. The impact is different than the damage over time, but that's just so cool, and that's in part, I believe, why we saved the top path for last in hopes that I would like it the best. So, up next is Puff O Pollen. Whip Whap does more damage, and Spore Seeds now release damaging pollen when hit. 700 is the price. Let's check our notes. Whip Whap is now 48 to 72 2 times, and then 64 to 96 2 times. That's a pretty serious jump right there, which I am a big fan of. And then hitting the spores releases pollen, and I've got 5 to 8 question mark. So let's check them over here. So we'll start with the whip, and I mean that's just a phenomenal increase. 48, 48, 64, 64, and then 72 and 96 respectively being the critical hits. But we'll chuck these. They're doing the 15. They do the 5 to the 8. And then, so what is the differential there? I'm not really sure. That's probably why I put a question mark. So we got Whip Whap covered. Hitting the spores release pollen. Yeah, I don't know. That's still 24. Now, I should note that that's 24 instances of 5 to 8 damage per Spore Seed. So, essentially, 24 5x is 120, but 120 doubled is 240. So, I mean, that's... I believe I tweeted how amazing that was when we first ran through the base upgrades. And apparently, I still don't get what is so special here. The 48, the 64, the 72, 5 and the 8, that's all uniform damage numbers. I'm apparently not able to hit that. So yes, my question mark still remains.
Like a beautiful garden.
So once again, Whip Whap does more damage. Check. Spore Seeds now release damaging pollen when hit. Okay, that's a Spore Seed. Do you have to chuck them and then hit them? I mean, is that what I missed the first time? You can't do it.
Power.
And I don't know. I honestly, I guess boggled my mind the first time, and it still is. You know, it does look slightly different aesthetically. Like when I start wailing away. Surely I would have tested this up top though. And maybe it's just an increase in the 5 to the 8, but there's no change in numerical numbers whatsoever. So all I could really guess, and maybe we can, if someone cares to, I honestly don't know that I'll have the time. But if someone cares to go in and count that, oh hey, there were more than 24 on that side that you were hitting, then that would be our answer. But let's be honest, their description sucks there because they're already releasing damaging ones. So yeah, that's one of those things, man. Spore Shower is up next. Vine and Twine, which is our secondary attack, now pulls spore seeds in for a shower of seeking spikes. So Vine and Twine also increases here. If you recall box stock, it is 6 to 9 and then 19 to 29. It jumps 13 to 20 on the roll through, and then 2 hits of 26 to 39. The seeking spikes are going to deal 10 to 15 damage. So we'll pick this up and we'll back out. Let's take a look first at just standard Vine and Twine. So as you can see there, salty stuff. We got our 13, you saw the 20 on the first roll, and then the big finishing act, if you will, 26 to 39, and then once it retracts, it does another hit of 26 to 39. So catch is, if I were to chuck these and then go with Vine and Twine, we pulled that guy in and had any of that actually detonated like we want it to, which would have been fantastic, you would have seen it come to fruition. So again, the spikes, you can see them terminating, you know they're there, but not necessarily, you know, the most ideal. They just kind of do their own thing. It's like, here's all the dummies, and the spikes are like, wee, let's go to the mid-altitudes where there's nothing to hit. So, I don't know, maybe in the game, if there's a ledge up here, and there's like a hornet's nest like in Mushroom River, I don't know, maybe it works there.
It's like a beautiful garden of numbers.
Let's dig that garden, Boom Bloom. So, plenty of plants for 1200. Have a total of 4 spore seeds active at a time. And what does this yield us, my friends? Well, let's think back to when we first bought spore seeds. 2 at a time, 11-second duration. Most importantly, 15 to 23 initial hit, 5 to 8, 24 times. So, spore seed number 1, no critical hit factored in at all, does 120. Spore seed number 2 brings that total to 240. Spore seed 3, which we pick up here, 360. And spore seed 4, which is also acquired with this base upgrade, 480 damage over time. All from the measly looking 5 to 8. So, this is one of those things where, yeah, the 5 to 8 is not that impressive, but the quantity, 24, the rapid fire with which it's fired off, and then the fact that it's happening from 4 spore seeds is insane. So, let's back out of here. Showcase that just because it is so significant. And I love how I changed nothing. They initially hit here, and then the others honed in on that. So even now, you know, a lot of times you'll have an upgrade that doesn't make sense, and then as you progress, something ties in. I couldn't tell you, but I mean, right here you're seeing the same stuff. So the biggest thing though is, boom, enemies here, boom, Chompy's back here. I focus on the tougher enemies. The spore seeds themselves eradicate the Chompies. If I want to get creative, I grab that with my Vine and Twine. I shoot out missiles that may or may not hit anything. So that is Boom Bloom's base upgrades recapped for you months after I originally did it at 2:45 in the morning. Why? Because Skylanders research. So
My stats continue to blossom.
oh yeah. Somewhere along, I can't remember which upgrade. I think I denoted it in the base upgrades, but her whip did change appearance, so that's kind of cool. That said, boom, if you're interested in the bottom path, which I tell ya, it's not too bad, let's be honest. Anytime I see a path like this, I think of Zook. And Zook, if you played SSA or Giants, most people came in and they took, I believe it was Artilleryman, the top path. And what does Artilleryman do? Bazooka. And people see Zook and they see a bazooka and they're like, Zook fits in bazooka. And the bazookas are cool. It looks awesome. I'm taking that path. And nobody took the bottom path, which was Floral Defender. And boy howdy, is Floral Defender an amazing path. Not only in-game, but in PvP, which is back in the glory days of Skylands. We had PvP arenas. Player versus player, if you don't know the lingo there. And I'm telling you now, if you're bummed out, no new Skylander game, and my Krakatoa dreams have erupted all over, fail, or whatever it might be, go back, Swap Force Giants or SSA, take Zook, and you can get Elite Zook now for like pennies on the dollar, brand new. Toys R Us is once again doing their buy one, get four free. Catch is, it's not on Imaginators. I think it's like figures $10 and under type of a thing, but hey, particularly if you just got into the game and you missed out, but that is a steal for the elites. They look phenomenal, and they're super OP in some games, if you didn't know. That said, take him down Floral Defender and come back and tell me I'm not the smartest man making videos at 2:46 a.m. covering Skylanders, and I don't think you'll be you will be disappointed. So, but if you want to see that, we've already done it. It was a while back. My apologies. Again, I do have a real job, unlike most people that do this internet stuff. So, yeah. That said, let's do it. So, grow green. No! Oh, Lord. Of all the times. Wow, and then... Again, to me, cancel and choose should be switched. I've said that before. That would have been a catastrophic event, which would have wasted this entire video. So, cancel that. Alright. Spore Seed Specialist. Upgrades that improve your whip and hitting spore seeds. Now, I'm all about improving the whip. I'm all about improving spore seeds. But let's be honest, I really don't know what hitting spore seeds does. Because unless it just simply adds a couple hits of 5 to 8 somehow, and that's really not that big of a deal when you're already getting 24. So maybe this path will materialize what we had with Puff of Pollen. I don't know, but let's take it and find out. Let's check how we're doing on time real quick. 17 minutes, that's not bad. I've given you a life update. I've talked about Fidget Spinners. We've talked about playing Master Hard-Boiled Flare Wolf and Mushroom River, and we've completely recapped this chick's base upgrades. We're killing it. So let's continue the trend, shall we? 1700 gets us the first path down Spore Seed Specialist. Potent Pollen. When hit, spore seeds cover a larger area and do more damage. Now, I'm just still not connecting this. Again, I didn't do it in the base upgrades. Like, I don't know. That makes no sense to me. But let's buy it. So, spore seeds cover a larger area and do more damage. Whatever you say, game. Whatever you say. So, let's chuck this over here.
Best buds.
They look a little bigger. I mean, you can see that effect, like the ground pound is what I would typically refer to it as, just the doo-doo-doo, the reddish color now. So all I could figure is that, but again, there was no numerical change last time, so maybe this time we can sort it out. Oh, yes. Oh, you amazing little spore seed pods. Ooh. Ooh, yes. That felt like more than 24, did it to you? It looks like spore seeds are 23 on impact. Half of 23 would be what, 11.5? So we'll call that 12, and then that of course would be 35 critical. So spore seeds 23 to 35 impact, 7 to 11. You amazing little creatures. And let's count and see if we can rattle off 24 again. I won't be counting out loud, by the way, so feel free to count out loud if you enjoy that. 24, cool. 7 to 11, 24 times. Good grief. Now we've got to figure out. I genuinely believe in my heart of hearts, and you can see this in the base upgrades we just did. When I hit that one, you see that like pink ring that radiates out, again like an aftershock or a quake type of a thing. You can see that, and I believe that that might have been the additional 5 to 8 if you were to go in and attempt to break down that 5 to 8 from the already happening 24 hits of 5 to 8, which is virtually impossible to do aside from like slight positional alignments, if you will. So let's do this. 7. Oh, 17. Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah. I love it. Okay. So the whip itself, you're going to see the 48, the 64, the 72, the 96. But we can now log that as hitting spore seeds. 17, half of that, of course, 8.5, rounds up to 9, 26 on the crit. So, here's what we know. This, when I hit them, and you have that radiation ring, or the impact ring, whatever you want to call it, 5 to 8, I believe, box stock, 17 to 26 now. This path so far, just as one upgrade, I'm a pretty happy man, I must say. So, once again, case in point, weak enemies behind us, strong enemies ahead of us, whale, 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 whale. And the damage is overpowering your senses, is it not? This is fantastic stuff right here. So, you know what? It would be amiss if we didn't actually do this and then vine entwine. We got both of them, and none of the spikes hit anything. Wonderful. I'm doing my best, I really am. 10 to 15 still. Okay, so you saw a 10, it doesn't fit in anywhere else. The spikes are still 10 to 15. Bless their little hearts, that is, if they ever actually hit anything. They're not homing spikes, which is so terribly sad. You know what? I think I've mentioned this before, but where the frick is our Venus flytrap stuff, right? Like, at this point in time, you know how, like, water element Skylanders, it's like almost everyone and their dog, or a shark, or whatever, has a narwhal, or some whale type of a soul gem, or wow pow, or sky chi, or just upgrade at some point. Why the frick don't we have, like, you know, Boom Bloom burrows underground and comes up and she's a Venus flytrap? That would be a great tertiary attack, wouldn't it? Why have we not had that yet? I demand a Venus flytrap upgrade, whether it be a character or just an upgrade in Skylanders 7, which, yes, I am super hopeful comes to be. So, Toys for Bob, if you're watching, you know I'm that guy that's been doing this since day one. Where's the Venus flytrap stuff, man? You know, it doesn't have to be PD Piranha, you know, but hey, how cool would that be, though? You know, if they were to collab with Nintendo again, and bring in, I so would love a Koopa Troopa. I mean, just, PD Piranha again, or a Bullet Bill. Yeah, anyway, let's try to save a little bit of time here.
It's like a beautiful garden.
If you agree with me, though, leave a like and a comment and tell me that you're like, he's so right. I thought of that too. Or, man, why didn't I think of that? Where is our Venus flytrap? Because if you think of this type of a video game, that's something that should be present, I believe. Really, even just off the top of my head, running through all the life elements, the jungly scenes, the foresty scenes, I don't know that I remember. There might have been a couple of things similar, but I don't remember anything dedicated. That would have been so cool. Maybe there have been, again, I don't know, it's been a while, but Thorn Thrasher, Whip Whap does more damage, fan-frickin-tastic. This is going to push Whip Whap over 100, I do believe. And Spore Seeds shoot, oh, you lovely little upgrade here. This is going to be great. If this terminates the Spore Seed, this is terrible. If I can whale away, like say on its third instance of 7 to 11, and it shoots the spikes, and then it still goes 21 more times, amazing. If this terminates the Spore Seed, I hate this upgrade, regardless of what it does to the whip. So, whip looks relatively the same, but let's get it checked out. 53, okay, so plus 5. Let's go ahead and do this. So Whip Whap. Whip Whap is now 53 to 80, correct? That is right. 2 times, and then what is our third and fourth hit? 69. We did it. 69 to what is that going to be? That would be 34, 5, 35, 99, 104. 69 to 104 2 times. Fantastic. And yet there's more. Apparently, if I chuck these over here. Oh, lovely. It didn't dissipate. Let the games begin. And yet none of these hit the dummies. Okay, we got one. Sadly, they're only doing 10. But it's the thought that counts, isn't it? Stay away with that dangerous whip woman. Yeah, so if that ever did actually go in the direction or towards the target, 10 to 15. So, hitting Spore seeds. Let's make sure they still do the 17 to 26 and they didn't give us a surprise upgrade here. Yeah, that was 26 crit. And you see the 10s to the 15s. And we're still 7 to 11 as well, which is fine. So hitting, I said hitting like I talk. I didn't put the G there. Hitting Spore seeds. That's going to be 17 to 26. And auto shoots spikes 10 to 15. So I have 0 complaints there. 0 complaints at all. Coming now, and final upgrade down this pretty amazing path. In full bloom. Cue up Nirvana. We've got some good stuff coming. Spore seeds can cause, keyword I guess can, cause an explosion when they are hit enough times. Okay, sad face. If I'm just trying to decimate enemies in front of me and I've got all 4 spore seeds and I'm whip-whapping them and we're shooting the auto spikes, which probably don't account for virtually any damage to the enemies, this explosion had better override. Case in point, let's say we have to hit it 12 times, okay? We would have had 12 instances of 7 to 11. That means that remaining on our 24 ticks, we would have 7 more. I mean 7x 12, which would be 84. And if we've got that 84 to 132 on the table, this explosion had better meet or exceed 84. Case in point, if you slide that anywhere, if it's 5 hits and it explodes, I need that explosion to override the remaining 19x7, if you will. So let's see what we get here. All right. That might have changed the whip a little bit. I see a little blue spike on there. Or is that her fingernail? Well, no. I don't know. You see that, what I'm talking about? The blue and the red? That's kind of cool. So, let's come in and do this thing. I wonder if you can do that retroactively. No? Oh, they explode, but they don't go anywhere? What an amazing... Okay, the person that developed Boom Bloom, okay, they need to get to do more characters, because typically it's like, yeah, if you hit these, they'll explode. So it's 1, 2, 3, boom, and it's gone. But see how it like jumps in the air and there's that seismic quake? Oh, this is so stupendous. And note, none of the spikes still managed to find their way over here. What a great... But let's be honest, you don't really need the 10 to 15 damage with this. So, is the whip still the same? Yes. Is our crit upgraded? Yes. Not our crit, but our jump. It maintains the higher tier, 3 and 4, if you will, 69 to 104 now. So that's good. Glad I thought to check that. That said, it is go time. I'm only going to throw 2. Show me a big number. I didn't see it. I feel it. Wrong button. Nintendo button. What just happened there? Oh, did I do Vine and Twine? Or Vine and Twine got them? Oh, what is the number here? I have no freaking clue. Why am I constantly doing Nintendo buttons now? If I could get this far enough away Maybe the explosion only. Oh, you're so amazing, Boom Bloom. Right, there we go. Let's see if the explosion registers from here. It is too far away. Sad face. Okay. Nope, none of those spikes. Gosh, he's got range. I don't know. I'm not seeing any different number than entities we've assessed already. Gosh, he's got range. Let me tell you. Man, I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Heavy pedal.
Okay, let's see if I can... I think this is going to be too far away, though. The problem I've got going inside to do this is I feel like we're just going to decimate the dummies. So in full bloom, hitting spore seeds can cause explosion. Now my thoughts, this is probably something I need to do in editing and count it out, which again I'm not going to have time to do tonight, but I'm thinking the duration on these might get cut down when they explode, and I'm also not 100% sure. But I'm not seeing any new numbers really. Okay, this might be a 37. Did you see a 37? I did. So, what would 37 be? Okay. 26. I wonder if I can replicate that. No, she has too good of a range. I need everything to stop here, and then the explosion radius only be the thing that hits that. Okay, let's try this again. Thank you. Saw the 56. Step back, woman. 37. I feel like 37 is the explosion. I'm going to go ahead and log it, because that's the only thing that I believe is out of place. Half of 37 would be 18.5. We'll call that 1956 on the critical hit. I might be wrong, but I feel like that's about all I saw. And I do think that whenever they explode, I feel like they also shoot out a ton more spikes. Or at least 3. But I mean, I feel like it ensures that happens. So, yeah.
It's like a beautiful garden of numbers.
Oh, yeah. See, that thing is new on the whip. I don't know how she holds that, let's be honest. I mean, that would be a nightmare. Anyway, we got a soul gem up ahead. Hold X to rev up a vine wheel that explodes into 4 spore seeds. So, granted, if you do grow green, you get this. The vine wheel, I have it logged just 35 to 53, then 11 to 17. Shoots 4 spore seeds. They were doing 19 to 29 and 5 to 8. Those may be different numbers here. Well, let's go ahead and pick it up. Alright, so we hold X to rev up the vine wheel, huh? No? Must be. Whoa. Dadgum. Oh, and I can explode these too. Let's see how many spikes actually make it happen. Oh, hey, we got some contact from the spikes. That explosion, 37. Love it. Okay, cool. So, what does the wheel itself do? Oh, wrong button. My bad. Oh, jeez. Nintendo on my mind, what can I say? Sweet. Okay, so let's hit the right button here, the X button. And I was so far away. Come on, lady. 53. Okay. 53. They're doing 7 to 11, which is an upgrade. I didn't see... Was it upgraded here to 15? There's our 35. Good lord, that's hard to know what's going on. Well, we'll just stand here awkwardly a little bit longer. $23. What would that be? I think it does 15 and 23 here. So the Vine Wheel 35 to 53 on impact, that's the same. Then 11 to 17 with Grow Green. I'm gonna put 15 to 23 SSS. That's Spore Seed Specialist. Then shoots 4 Spore Seeds. 19 to 29 once. Do we have that here? Let's find out. This is so ridiculous to be faced with this. Yeah. Okay. What I'll do, 5 to 8, I'm going to come in and do 7 to 11 SSS. So somewhere in there, 2 numbers changed betwixt the 2 upgrade paths. One of them apparently higher for Grow Green, and I guess 2 of them higher for Spore Seed Specialist. So that's what we'll run with, and we got to come in here to showcase the ever-beloved Sky Chi, which is not a problem at all to constantly reacquire when you reset your character. No, no, no. I have been racking up some Imaginite on the side. All these times I have to go back and get all the different Sensei Shrines. When you have to go through the various boss encounters, like you had Splatter Pillar in the Mushroom River, you get an Imaginite chest. Sky Fortress, and what's the other level that I constantly have to go into? Scholarville. You get a lot of Imaginite chests in Scholarville. Especially if you have to go all the way to the end for the Sentinel Shrine, because it's literally right before the sewer. So, let's do this. Let's have some fun with this guy. Oh, these guys are gonna get wrecked. I mean, that's just pathetic. Oh, and it does knock enemies in the air. So that's cool. It looks so much more demoralizing to the opponents here. Like, this chick is, I gotta say, if there was PvP, holy Moses, man. Okay, you're in your corner, I'm in my corner. I do this. You're not going to run into that. And then I get these things. And it's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You know? If you can't fly or burrow, you're dead. I mean, I so wish we had that. I so wish in October they just announced this comprehensive, you know, Skylanders battle mode. Like I said, basically like Brawl. And it would be fantastic, and all your hopes and dreams would be accounted for. Anyway, Whippersnapper is the Sky Chi. I've got it logged as 35 to 45. First thing first, we got to invite some friends to the party. And now we hold down the right trigger button.
Nature calls.
Dang right it does. Yep, 30 to 45. It's very cool. I like it a lot. But that's that. Is there a grand finale? Big number? Probably. But this is not the time or the place to attempt to find it. So, I gotta say, pretty big fan of Boom Bloom. My biggest complaint, honestly, I wish that her soul gem, and this is going to sound stupid to some of you, but if her soul gem allowed her some way to regenerate health, and I say this because I wouldn't want it tied in with either of the 2 paths, despite it probably fitting better with Grow Green. But if there was some way, like every time a Spore Seed explodes, or if she's within proximity of a Spore Seed, or if she's surrounded by 2 or 4 Spore Seeds, whatever it may be, if she had the ability to regenerate health, oh, good lord. This would be amazing, I must say. I gotta go through the abandoned amusement park in order to pick up Tide Pool's soul gem. I don't believe, any intention of resetting Boom Bloom. I'll have to go back and I'll watch my Grow Green video just to kind of make sure, but this is just a chaotic upgrade path. It's amazing, and I love it for that. So, that said, Boom Bloom, she comes in the Enchanted Elven Forest Adventure Pack. If you've got her, which path did you take her down and why? Have you checked out both paths? Let's say that you did grow green. After seeing Spore Seed Specialist, are you going to reset her? Does she have too many levels for you to want to do that? Is it a situation where you're like, oh my gosh, I've screwed up, I've got to reset poor Boom Bloom? Or is it a situation where you took Spore Seed Specialist, you've seen this, but you saw my Grow Green video, and you're thinking, man, we got to reset her and go that route? Personally, again, I don't remember Grow Green extremely well, but I remember this very well, and I don't think I want to reset her and go back down Grow Green. So I think I'll stick with this one, man. But again, my biggest complaint, if I had to lobby one, I so wish she had a soul gem that allowed her to regenerate health. And it's kind of a buzzkill as well. You take Spore Seed Specialist, well, I guess the 4 Spore Seeds is a base upgrade, so that's not too bad. I was going to say it's kind of a knock on this path because Grow Green isn't as much to do with it, and then it kind of got it. But yeah, just if the soul gem allowed her to regen, she would be absolutely stacked. So that said, I'm crazy. It's a 41-minute video that I get to sit here and wait to render so I can edit, so I can go to bed, so I can go to work really early in the morning and deal with more nightmare scenarios. So it's not turning out as bad as we thought, but yeah, it's been a little overwhelming here recently, so my apologies there. I figured if I got this out for Tuesday, I'd do another Skylander video Thursday, and then we'd have another one on Saturday, so that's what I'm targeting. We'll see if it happens. Typically, we're able to vacation around July 4th, and I have no videos. I mean, I do, but they're like really old. But I don't have like anything lined up. I told you like I try to do 2 a day, but work has just been insanely busy prior to this incident happening. And now with this incident and still being busy, I basically live there, aside from when I come home and fall asleep after I shower. So yeah, shortly after I get this thing rendering, I'll be asleep, and then by the time I wake up, I'll upload this thing. I'll check it at work and try to release it today. I didn't get lunch today until 6 o'clock, and that turned out to be supper, as you might imagine. So yeah, it's been interesting, but hey, if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger, or it will kill you, and then it's not a problem anymore at that point, is it? Nonetheless, let me know your thoughts. I'm pretty impressed with this path in Boom Bloom. So nonetheless, we will shoot for those 2 videos to happen. I really have been wanting to do some more Mind Logics, and I want to crank out another Wiisdom plays. What? My controller is connected. It's sitting right here and it's on. So weird. This is my controller, it's on, and I'm pressing A and nothing's happening. Well, this is about par for the course. Probably ought to be asleep right now, but I was going to say something important. Oh yes, the most recent episode of Wiisdom Plays Minecraft, which I was on a tear there, and then I did something that I thought was really cool, and I offered a bonus break, if you will. There's something I did with Barack Obama and the episode that I thought people would pick up on really easy, and no one has. And that's kind of why I've held off. But if I get the free time, I'm going to crank out another episode. And at that point, I will tell you. And I will have to retract the bonus brick option. But if you haven't seen the latest episodes of Wiisdom Plays Minecraft, check those out again. It's been a while back now. Might try tomorrow if I get time to crank out some Shotgun Farmers or Stardew Valley, just because that's quicker for me. I might be able to stack a few episodes, but hey, that's that. OneOfWiisdom.com, SkylanderClub.com. Follow me on Twitter. I will keep you updated there as best I can. And I think that's that, man. So my apologies for not having videos the last 2 days or 3 days or whatever it's been. I've still never tweeted the video from Saturday, so I guess it was just Sunday and Monday, but I'm just strapped IRL, and I'm doing the best I can. So thanks for bearing with me here. Hope everybody's enjoying their summer, having a good week, not having to deal with hail falling from the sky and wreaking havoc on your life. But until next time, I'll catch you back here for more Skylanders research. Adios.